got Piers Linney in the studio. Piers, tell us a little bit about why you're here in Dubai at the minute.
So I haven't been here for about 5 years, but we came back. So my day job now is implement AI. So we've got a business that deploys digital workers. You all hear about AI. There's so much noise out there, right? We're super practical. So we are here. We're working with a Virtue Zone that's setting us up, and we're partnering on an event tomorrow at the Muqtabi Centre. And we basically talk to companies of all sizes, from SMEs up to, we've got a FTSE 100 customer. But how do you deploy this technology in your business to grow revenue, become more productive, increase capacity, better experiences? How do you actually do it? We build a platform to be able to do that. So we think that, when you're here, the beauty of Dubai is whenever we come back here, there's an energy, isn't there? Right? It's like everyone's like, okay, let's do this. So there's an energy which we love. So we think there's a big opportunity, a growing market. Businesses want to grow quickly here. There's less legacy here because things are quite new. Mm-hmm. So that's quite good in a way for AI. And I think going back to, Richard earlier, you've got this tool now that you should all be using personally and in your business, because AI is not going to take your job or destroy your business. The competition using it is.
So interesting. I feel like I'm just learning a lot today.
Have you noticed this is the quietest I've ever been? Honestly.
At the feet? Yeah,
I mean, people don't get it, right? It's in 3 years, look at if you use Anthropic, Claude, ChatGPT, Google, all these people on these companies. I work with the government on this, right? I had the UK AI minister on my own podcast. We've got a podcast. I'll plug it. The Implement AI podcast on our podcast last week, right? People don't understand that almost within 3, 5, definitely 10 years, it's not very far away. Let's call it 5. You essentially are going to have an alien species walking among us, which is the super intelligence. And if you don't understand it and you're not geared up to implement it, use it, your level, company level, nation state level, you're going to run into trouble, because in an exponentially changing world, unless you're on that kind of journey, catching up is going to be very, very difficult.
I guess as well, you hear a lot of headlines and you hear this scaremongering when it comes to AI. A lot of people saying AI is going to take my jobs and whatnot. When it comes to business, and especially today in 2026, are you looking at business and thinking, how can we implement AI to do the job of a human being? Or are you looking at how those human beings can use AI to improve their own skill set when it comes to the workplace?
You've got different dimensions, right? So one is, if you've got people listening to phone calls for training or compliance reasons, they no longer need to do it. AIs are much better at scale, okay? But most of our digital workers, our teams of workers, they're augmenting yourself or your team. So they're doing a couple of things. One is stopping people from doing the mundane and the repetitive, things they shouldn't be doing. It's boring, it's admin. So your people you're paying good money for can actually go and add more value and do something that's of more use to you, your investors and your customers. Then there are things that humans just can't do at scale. And analysing information, listening to phone calls, analysing phone calls. Then there are things it's augmenting, really. So a good example, I think, is we have lots of voice agents. We have a FTSE 100 using our voice agents, making phone calls. Now, it's not going to call you and sell you a helicopter, right? What it can do is call around, do the research of who in the organisation might be the person that buys helicopters. And then your human sales team is going to follow up and try and close the deal. So think of it all as a pyramid of value, of like a pyramid of labour. And it's been filled since the first industrial revolution, the second, the third, with technology, steam engines, you name it, up to computers and mobile phones and blockchain. But the pyramid got bigger. So although we got pushed to the top of it because it was full of technology, the pyramid got bigger. Now, the pyramid's not getting bigger globally, but it's been filled with more tech. Now, the robots are coming as well. You put this technology, we've got a humanoid robot, be at our event tomorrow. We've got a humanoid robot. You put this technology in there and they can understand our built environment. A lot of physical work's going to go away as well. And the pyramid's not getting bigger. So you've got to migrate to the top and use the technology to add value and be better at what you do. Otherwise, you will be out of a job.
So interesting. And, I feel like in a place like Dubai, I know that there are so many people that have been here for 30 years, 40 years. And then there's people that's moving in, every year. This is their first, maybe their second. Now, for the people that are here for the past couple of decades, I do know that there are still some that, might struggle with the idea of turning their business a little bit more technology friendly, to the even extent that they still operate on WhatsApp. They still operate without like full integrated workflow systems, things like this. Now, for someone like that, what is maybe that first piece of advice that you would take? Because these are some of the biggest companies here still do this. What is that first piece of advice that you would say as someone who has built, massive businesses with tech and AI, to move towards tech and AI without overwhelming them with this massive pyramid?
So we've got companies like from 10 to 500 million. Let's take 100 million size customers, right? 50 million maybe. And the key is you've got to think big. You've got to think, what will this business look like if I started it again AI first, right? Because your competition now isn't the people you know and go to conferences with and meet once a year and have nice events and dinners with. It's people who are probably half your age starting the same business, especially in the information economy, with probably 25% of the workforce. So that's the issue you've got to deal with. So look at your business and look at the technology and work out, what we do basically is, where does the technology work? Where is it reliable? Where can it add value? And where is there a meaningful ROI on deploying that tech? And just start there. Pick one workflow, see it work. And I'll tell you now, your senior team, your team, they might be afraid initially or worried, but when they see it working, all the lights go on. Oh,
Absolutely.
right. So now we could do this or avoid doing that. So start small, but think big.
Excellent. Some great advice from Piers Linney. We want to keep you for a little bit longer, if that's okay. We need to head to the ARN News